I told you I would handle it.
How?
How is not the point?
How is exactly the point?
Palestrino is a tumor on this administration and on everything we've built. He tried to kill Fitz. How are you not wanting to rain vengeance down upon that man?
I'm more interested in justice.
Justice is for regular people. Justice is for Fatty in Ohio folding their laundry and drinking their beers. We are not regular people.
We are. We're the people. And if we're not, we should be, because that's what it means, we the people. It means all of us. Hollis should be brought to justice.
And if what we did gets out?
Then it gets out, and we're brought to justice.
You're willing to bring down the whole republic because you feel guilty. You know what our electoral process is. It's magical. It's like believing in Santa or the Tooth Fairy or the Easter Bunny. Magical as long as they believe. What you're doing is telling the people that the shiny presents and the bulging stockings on Christmas morning are just mom and dad staying up all night to do the work. You're telling them we're Santa, we're the Easter Bunny, we're the Tooth Fairy. You're taking the magic away. You're ruining Christmas morning, and the whole republic is gonna come crumbling down because you're not tough enough to do what needs to be done.
Get your house in order, Cyrus, and hire a lawyer. A good one!
Hi, everybody. I'm Peter Travers, and welcome to Popcorn, where we tell you what's happening in pop culture at the movies and TV. And you have just seen a scene from one of my favorite TV shows, Scandal, starring Kerry Washington as a really strong, damaged, all kinds of things. But she can fix things. And maybe she can fix the show. So, Kerry, welcome.
Thank
welcome
you.
to Popcorn.
It's such an honor to hear that you're a fan of the show.
Oh, no, I'm obsessed. I've just sort of lost it. But
oh, good.
for those poor benighted people that haven't seen season 1, let alone caught up with season 2,
okay,
I want you to describe, all the pressure's on you,
sure,
who this character Olivia Pope is.
I play this woman named Olivia Pope.
Oh, that's it then.
Yeah, and that's it. That's the show.
Yeah.
And she is at the helm of Pope and Associates. And Pope and Associates is a crisis management firm where basically people walk into our office at the worst day of their lives, very powerful people, and they say, please help me fix this crisis. And we do. And part of the reason why everybody at Pope and Associates is so good at fixing crisis is because we all have a little bit of experience with our own scandals, including Olivia Pope, who has been in a complicated romantic relationship with the President of the United States. Because she used to work at the White House. But now she doesn't.
The married president.
Yes, the very married president of the United States. But that's why she no longer works at the White House and is trying to separate herself from him and from their chemistry.
You know what I love about how you play her? That every day she comes to work, or even the phone rings, even anything is happening, and a tsunami of problems hit her. It's just like, wow, like this wave, and yet you take maybe a moment, and then boom, there's some kind of solution going on in your head. Is that you, Kerry?
No, no, not at all.
No,
it's
not
really
at all.
fun to play someone who is so much smarter than me, and kind of, she really is, this is what I love most about playing her, is the complexity. You know, she is very empowered, very strong, very in charge. She's a problem solver, she's a fixer at work. But in her personal life, she is much more torn and vulnerable and confused. And so she's always trying to balance those two qualities.
So when you are working with this wonderful cast that you have, are you always with Shonda Rhimes, the creator of this, saying, what's happening next? Do you have any idea?
We have no clue. When you work in Shondaland, as we call
Shondaland.
You don't get an outline of the season at all. So it's part of why, the show has a really big following on Twitter, and our social media life, the life of the show is very vibrant, because we really love interacting with fans, because when you guys are watching the show and we read your tweets and your Facebook posts, you have the same reactions that we have when we're reading the scripts, the same kind of shock and awe and disbelief. And so it's fun to experience that with the fans, because that's what we have week after week.
Well, that's great, but at the same time, I would be wanting to know. Like, when I tweet, it's always with, what?
Huh?
She did what? She rigged the election?
I know.
What is going on?
I actually, it's funny because when I read that episode, I cried like a baby, because, for me personally, Kerry, I'm very involved in politics, and I kind of hold those first three words of the Constitution, we the people, to be somewhat sacred, and to have Olivia Pope kind of commit crimes against her democracy was so tragic for me. Yeah.
So you're saying you didn't fix the election
No,
for
I
Obama?
did not. I did
Really?
not.
I don't know. I mean,
I
I'm
did
going to
not.
worry about that. I mean, you play it so persuasively that I can't imagine that people don't come up
It's
to you and say,
acting,
"Hey, Kerry, can
Peter."
you look at this? Can you please help me with this? I need something to do."
Oh, yeah, no. Well, you know, my character is actually inspired by a real woman named Judy Smith, who is a crisis management guru. And she worked in the first Bush White House. So you can talk to Judy about all of that. But she...
Well, she's not here. I want to hear what you genuinely learned from her. Or
Yeah.
are you just... Because Shonda is so in control of that, I can't think you would meet with Judy and say,
I do.
"This will be the next."
Well, we don't decide. What the writers do, which is so much fun, is the writers kind of let their imaginations soar. They come up with the most scandalous situations that they can think of, and then they call Judy and say, "Okay, what would you do? How would you fix it?" And so we kind of get the best of both worlds. We get kind of the wonderful imaginary lives that our writers are giving birth to week after week, but we also get the grounding in the real life crisis management fixing.
I always wonder how you people who do TV series, when you say you can't tell, how are you punished? What goes on? Is there a room
you get
that
fired.
Shonda has?
You get fired.
Really? Is it in
You
a
could
contract?
get fired. We've had some pretty tough talking tos about spoilers that weren't supposed to get out. So we are under strict advice to maintain secrecy.
It startled me when I was told the fact that there hasn't been an African-American actress
Yeah.
top-lining a network TV show in 4 decades.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, not in my lifetime. So I wasn't even born the last time there was a black woman in a lead on a network drama. So it is kind of, I wasn't aware of it either when I signed up to do the job. I knew that I had never seen anything like this before, but I didn't know.
But when you hear it, it all
Yeah.
goes in your
Yeah,
head,
it's
and you're
pretty
saying,
amazing.
"That's correct. That's
Yeah.
not happening."
Yeah.
So do you wear that mantle of responsibility?
So I actually have a crown that says
crown.
"First in 40."
40.
No, no, I didn't feel pressured per se. What I felt like was the pressure was on the American people. You know, were we as a country and now as a world, because the show is now on the air all over Europe and Australia, and so were we as a world going to show up and allow for our lead characters, our heroes, to look like more than one kind of person? You know, were we ready to be inclusive in our storytelling? And I'm really so excited that the success of the show says that we are, that as a culture we've come to a place where we are willing to sit at home and watch stories about people that look like, that people that are from all different races and genders and ethnicities. A lot more women in this world would speak very good German if they had Christoph Waltz and Leo DiCaprio as their German tutors.
That's right. His mom
It's
is
very
German. I forgot that.
inspiring.